3, 2, 1.
Good evening. I'm Michael Cooley, and this is Connie Jones, and we're not quite straight.
We're crooked.
We're crooked. This is a crooked operation.
We like crookedness.
Okay. And Connie, of course, is a business coach and counselor.
And a life coach.
And a life coach.
Mm-hmm.
And as she's coaching me through that part of life right there, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
It was a good week last week.
Yeah.
Yeah? How was your week?
It was. My week was great. Yeah. My
Was
week
it?
was busy, and it's so funny that I had to pull out these principles to kind of reevaluate things because things have gotten so busy.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much going on that I've been feeling overwhelmed. All good stuff, but it starts to. There's only so much time in the day, but the week was great. But
Yeah.
having to reevaluate a little bit. So want to share my learned my reminders with you
Excellent.
guys.
Well, people are feeling overwhelmed, apparently.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I guess they are.
Yeah.
We do that from time to time.
I do coaching too, and different type of coaching, and people come in, and the first thing they say to me, they say, whew.
Exactly.
People are feeling
Exactly.
stressed and overwhelmed, and
There's just so much coming at us all the time. There's so many things. There's so many good things to be doing.
Mhm.
There's so many options in life.
yes,
And so, and there are a lot of great options. Actually, I was just telling one of my clients yesterday, and when you've got a lot of opportunities, it can be a blessing and a curse, because there are a lot of wonderful things, but not everything is right for everybody,
mm-hmm.
or right at the right time,
Right.
or good for this time in my life. And I have a hard time because I'm so full of life and I want to do everything right now. And, and I'm so driven and so energetic, and I want to do that and that and that and that and that. And then I have to do that and that and that and that. So it
Right.
just, it's a problem. It's a real problem. for
Sounds like
people.
choices.
Definitely choices. Yeah.
And if we don't
absolutely.
choose and we say yes to everything,
Yes. Yeah.
that's not
Yeah.
good.
Then we think we're bringing all of this good stuff into our life, and then we end up doing none of it very well,
Right,
and then we don't enjoy any of it,
right.
And so that's even the most successful people struggle with that,
Right.
because they end up, sometimes some of their biggest dreams and some of the greatest times in what are supposed to be the greatest times in their lives and their career are their worst nightmare,
Right.
because it just gets so overwhelming. And
People's,
so,
oh, I'm sorry. Can we wait a second, dude?
yeah.
Oh, it's a calendar thing. I got another thing after this thing. So
Oh.
we gonna be on time? Because I got another thing.
See?
I see people's calendars that
That's right.
they're just one thing after another thing after another, just boom, 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 boom.
And there's no space.
It's just absurd.
There's no space. And actually, I think that's what I'm going to talk about next week. I've already kind of been thinking ahead. So join us next week. We're going to talk about the points tonight about stopping that madness in your life when you're
Mhm.
overwhelmed and taking back your life. But then next week, I'm going to talk about clearing out some space and why clearing out some space and having some space in your life is so important.
Right.
And so we'll be looking forward to that, and hope that you guys will join us then too.
All
so,
right.
But
Well, thanks. The idea of evaluating, I'm actually putting this on silent now so we don't have it. The reevaluating what we, what we do so we don't say yes to everything.
reevaluate,
How do
and
we do
that's the first way to begin to change what we're doing is reevaluate what is most important in your life. And so it's clarifying those things that are most important to you. It's clarifying what it is that your priorities are. What's your vision? What do you want most in your life? What is that thing that you want to be able to say at the end of all that you do, that this is what I really want, And so reevaluating what's most important means taking a look at where your time, where your energy, and where your resources are being spent.
Mm-hmm.
And are those things lining up with how those are being spent? Is that lining up with what's most important to me?
Right.
Is that in line, and is that taking me the time, the energy, and the resources? Are those things taking me to where I want to go?
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, that's point number one.
Great. So you have to be able to make the choices.
Make the choices,
And-
and sometimes the hard choices,
Yeah.
and sometimes a lot of times the choices are all good choices. There's not, and so it's deciding, okay, what's most important and what's
Mhm.
most important right now.
Right.
And that can change later on.
Well, sometimes I have things that just really just suck my energy out.
Yes.
But they have to be done.
Yes.
They still have to. Sometimes they have to be done. But how do you deal with the things that really drain on you?
Yes.
Pull on that.
And that's the second important piece to this is determining what those things are that do drain you, because heaviness, negative energy is not productive, and it just weighs on us. It weighs us down. It's an energy vampire. It just sucks from us and keeps us from getting to, there's only so much energy, only so much time in a day. And so it keeps us, if we're spending it doing the things that are draining us and spending it doing those things that are just burdening us and heavy and stealing our energy, then we're not going to get to where we want to be. So stopping doing those things that are draining you is an important piece of taking back your life and stopping the madness. Literally just begin to take these small little breaks during the day. Just take a breath and go, okay, what feels heavy in my life? Is
Mhm.
this thing filling me with life? Is this thing nourishing me? Is this thing taking from me? Is this thing, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I doing this right now? Is it productive? Or is this just taking from me and not nourishing or giving back or building onto my life in some positive way? And if it's not, then stop doing it.
Right.
Who are you serving doing the things that are draining you? What good is that doing anybody?
Right.
And so let's just stop it and give us a chance to reevaluate our energy and our time and how it can better be spent.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it helps to have someone else tell you that.
And sometimes it does. Yeah. Because other people, sometimes we can't see for ourselves, and especially if we're over responsible people,
Right.
and we're dependable and we're so used to living out of duty and obligation and expectation, or we're performers and achievers, which is in my case. And so, sometimes we don't even know. We just do things and we don't stop to evaluate whether that is a positive or a negative in our lives.
Right.
We just don't know.
Right.
So it is important to have accountability and people who love you and support you, who can see from the outside that, okay, wait, this is not productive.
Right. And that can energize you in
And
itself, just having.
To have someone to say,
Yeah.
it's okay, you don't have to do that,
Right.
or that's not really you,
Right.
because everything, you don't have to be good at everything, and you don't have to do everything.
Right. Because you can't.
Because we can't.
Because you
We
can't.
can't. Too many choices. Too many.
So if you take the time away from the things that are draining on you, then you can replace them with something else.
Yes, and those things would hopefully be things that nourish you, things that fill your tank, things that light your fire.
Like kale?
Like kale. Yeah,
No?
yeah. Well, actually, yes, because
Okay.
even food has energy.
That's right, okay.
And ingest, yes, absolutely. That's but even if you don't like it, you can hold your nose and get it down there, and then your body will feel better for it.
It'll get the effect.
But yes, exactly. But other than eating things that nourishing
Mhm.
you, or drinking things that nourish you, which are all important because it all is putting positive energy in. Other than that, doing the things that nourish your soul,
Right.
and that do fill your cup. The things that allow your body to relax and rejuvenate, and the things that light your fire. Stir that inner fire a little bit and let some of that out. And the things that are venturesome, the things that are life giving, and are really important for us to do.
Right.
So that we are doing, because those things are going to get us to what is most important for us, and or most important to us. And if we're doing things that nourish us, then we're going to have more energy to do the things that we need to do, that we have to do in order to get to where we want to go.
Right. Just being busy doesn't get us where we want to
Being
go.
busy is not, and reactive is the other
Yeah.
thing. Being reactive in our lives and reacting to the demands and the obligations versus really being intentional and
Mhm.
living with that focused intent is what's so important.
Right.
And that's one of those important choices we need to make, is living with intent.
And finding those things like mountain biking.
Yes, absolutely. That's
Okay.
one of your favorites.
Oh, I think it should be everybody's favorite.
I agree.
So-
I agree.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have a fourth point
I have a fourth
to
point.
that you're going to share with us. What was that?
Yes. My fourth point is just to, and this is it's not about lowering your expectations, but it's lessening your expectations.
I tell my wife that all the time. Lower your expectations. of
Lower
me.
your expectations of you. Well,
Yeah.
that's kind of good advice. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We all have to, ask that
Right.
significant other when you're with somebody for a long time. You need to lower your expectations.
But I think you mean
We all
something
struggle with
else.
it. But I do in this
Okay.
case. Yes. Lessen your expectations, not lower your expectations. Lessen your expectations meaning that simplify your life. Really take a look at what is important to get done right now. And what do I have time to do right now? And what do I have the energy to do right now? What's most important right now versus, and what can I put off until later?
Mhm.
So the things that I can choose to put off until later are important to make decisions about. And what can I get help with?
Mhm.
Instead of expecting from yourself, because oftentimes, as much as other people expect from us, we expect so much more from ourselves.
Right.
So expecting less from yourself is a good thing, especially when you're an overachiever and a performer. And so it's simplifying, getting help with the things that you can get help with, and putting off the things that you can put off to another time, and focus on what is most important for me to be doing right now.
Mhm.
And what do I want in my life right now? And at any point, then when we get that done and we do that well, then we can move to the next thing, or we can add this in, or we can, start doing a little bit of that, But it's taking things a little bit at a time,
Right.
and it's a gradual shifting of your time and your energy.
And a process. Yeah.
And a process. Isn't everything a process?
Yes.
Yes. Everything is a process.
We have a process we'd like to share with you, and that is how you can get some help with some of the things we were talking about by sending us a direct message right here on the Facebook page, and we will send you a PDF. Send us your email address, and we will send you a PDF worksheet to help you work through some of these points. And also visit the website, ConnieJonesCoaching.com.
.com.
And you'll find out some other ways that Connie can help you personally. She has some packages on there for coaching, because it really makes a difference when someone else helps you through some of these things.
That's a big part of this, is accountability. Someone to walk alongside you in that journey. It's because it's hard to start and continue something, especially the hard things that if you're still struggling, it's not that you're a failure, or that you're bad, or that you're less than. It's just that those are struggles for you, and they're probably always going to be struggles for you. And so we've got to, sometimes it takes getting some help and having someone who is who can see things that you can't see, or who can help you see things from another perspective.
Right.
And because when your perspective about your situation changes, then your situation changes. And so sometimes it's just a matter of me coming in and helping shine another perspective on people's lives or their situations. And so whatever that help is that you need, if it's just support, or if it's accountability, or if it's teaching you a new way to do things, that's what I do. And so I'd love to help you create that change in your life that you want to make, that you've been talking about for years, and it's time.
And she does a great job with
Well,
it.
thank you.
Knowing
I
this
appreciate that.
outline, I did this with someone today, and she was having to. I told her, find out what nourishes you, what is most important to you, and what nourishes you. You've got 15 minutes to do something that nourishes you.
There you go.
And then I gave her 10 and a 5 and a countdown, and I think that's probably not the best approach. So coming to a professional is probably a little better than.
Hey, you got her moving in the right direction, though.
I suppose.
You forced her to start doing something that nourished her.
Right.
So it's sometimes we're so stubborn that we just need somebody to say, go do that right now, or stop doing that today.
Right.
That's not working for you,
Exactly.
And so sometimes it's using a little tough love and a little forcefulness to with love and compassion to help you to move out of that stuck place, whatever that is. And so I can do that too when we need to.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
All right.
So please do check out or send me an email. You can send me an email at connie@conniejonescoaching.com, or you can send me a direct message on Facebook and let me know your email address so that I can send you the PDF download worksheet for this section or for this discussion. And it's got a lot of really cool questions and neat tools for you to really apply to your life, and takes it another step. It's a mini coaching session and strategy coaching session for you right there on on the PDF worksheet. So please send me that, and we'll get you one step closer to what you want for your life.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us, and all the other videos from the last several weeks are on the Facebook page. And if you enjoyed it, come back next week and invite a friend.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. And check out ConnieJonesCoaching.com for more information about my programs. And we will see you next week to talk about why it's important to create space in your life and what that looks like, and the benefits of having space and why that's important. So we'll see you next week. Have a great rest of the week.
Thank you.
Thanks.